Hey guys, this is a general reading. It's going to be just a random reading, whatever comes up, and for whoever, if you're meant to hear it. It's timeless. So if it applies to you, if it applies to you, or it applies to you, it applies to you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Just take what fits and leave the rest, okay? Yeah. If you're interested in, because people ask me about it, donation information, my PayPal link is in the description box below. If you're interested in my services, in the description box below, please read all the services, including the disclaimer. I also do shamanic services. So if you're interested in that, like a shamanic illumination, balancing your energies, things need to be removed, detached, energies need to be brought in, balanced. Shadow contracts, soul retrievals, destiny retrievals. So sometimes if you get what your possible destiny is. Also, I do crystalline consciousness technique. Works on very high frequency, like 11th or 12th frequency. And it works on a way higher level using sacred geometry. It's lighter energy, it's faster energy. It makes transformation and healing and manifestation much faster. Also, I do personal light language too. So if you're interested in any of those, please email me. I will have them up on my description relatively soon, but if you're interested in the meantime, email me. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. So if you can't do any of those, please comment. I don't have time to respond to all of them, but I read every one of them, and I love connecting to your guys' energy. And it is a way of donating to my channel for the time that I give and the energy that I give. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you think you're subscribed, please double check. As not just with my channel, but others. For some people have been like being removed and they didn't do it. And make sure you hit the bell. I put out different types of videos. Okay? So we'll just get started. In the center of this reading is the star. So I think this is very much about, it could be healing. I do think it's healing too, but I think it's even more like of being aligned on your path, which is going to take healing in order to do this, in really balancing yourself out, working through inner things. But this is very much about being aligned on your path and with your higher self. Soul path, soul mission, what you're supposed to be doing. Not even just as mission work, but just while you're here. Like something in you just might seem off. And you're really just wanting to be you. Like how she's not fully clothed, like you're wanting to be your genuine self, your vulnerable self, your true self. Almost like in a shedding of layers. This very much, I mean, I'll know more as I channel and go through, but has like an awakening vibe. So I do think that it's getting you on your path of who you really are, shedding the layers of who you're not, the conditioning, the thought patterns, the beliefs, just really getting to the core of who you really genuinely are, your highest expression of yourself, your genuine self, and your authentic self. And what's crossing you and what you're going to have to do is you have the Queen of Wands. And this particular Queen of Wands, I mean, she's sitting there and she just set something ablaze in the background. I think that's the right word, blaze, on fire. So it's really about, I mean, some of you, this could be another person and they're sabotaging you and you need to remove them from your life. Where's my other set of cards? Let's see. But I think it's more like what you're going to have to do or what you're going to be guided to do. It's almost like that tower energy. So it may come and, yeah. It may come and assist you for you, like in the Tower, but it seems like she's the one who did this. So for most of you, you're probably going to have to be the one who did it. You have Sage. So really cleaning out your area. Detoxing, cleaning out your area. What's around you, energetically, inside of you, outside of you, and everything like that. Tell me one more for this Queen of Wands. Yeah, it's funny. Crow came up again. Let me just double check, make sure I'm not missing something. I mean, it could seem like it's a bad thing. I think it's really removing, because this could be moving from place to place, but it could be seen as like a bad omen. Crow is also very much associated, in my opinion, to like shadow work, the underworld. But there may be a level of toxicity around you, or just things that just don't align or vibe with you, of either A, where you're trying to go, or just even now with where you are, that you need to remove. And I think that's what she did. I think she went in her full-on power and took the action upon herself and just removed whatever it was that wasn't working for her. She had the confidence to do it. She took the power to do it. She took the risks to do it. There's just a full confidence here of knowing no matter what, like she'll be all right. I mean, she's empowered, you know, she's a queen. It doesn't matter. Because it's like she knows what it's going to take to get to this level. And it's almost like just burn it down, like walking through the fire almost kind of vibe. Because what's in your foundation is you have judgment and rebirth. So this is very much awakening. So here's, you know, that inner child, that part of you coming out, that more genuine part of you, letting them out of their tomb that they've been in for so long. There's a lot of energies lately about not only feminine side energy work, but also inner child is coming up very strong lately. I think there's a lot of energies that are pushing us into our more truthful and genuine selves. I notice a lot of people are having like throat issues or thyroid issues. And I think it's because, you know, your throat chakra is very much about creativity and expression. And a lot of people feel like, oh, well, I'm very outspoken, blah, blah, blah. Most people that say that, they're outspoken, but in a defensive, taking care of their face in protection kind of way. They're not actually, your throat chakra is not about being outspoken. Because by the way, somebody could be overly outspoken and have an imbalanced throat chakra. It's about having the balance of it. But mostly, it's the expression of who you truly are in what's truly in your heart. Like it's the connection of the heart to the higher heart to the throat. It's about coming truly from who you really are in your genuine self. Not the mask, not the facade, not the protection and the barrier, your true self that's inside of you that you're now letting out. And it's being called to come in and see that part of you and let it out, that will then lead to this, like knowing and being truly on your path, being fully vulnerable. Yeah. There's probably going to be a lot of Phoenix energy lately. So you have the crow here. My cat just knocked off the fire card, and there's a fire in her background. Might actually match my, you know, to keep going in hard times, or it's about like werewolves or whatever video not long ago. So you may want to watch that if you haven't. I may try to like pin it at the end of the video, but so you could check that out. It's a quick video. I think it's only like 5 or 10 minutes long, but there's a lot of transition and like death or Phoenix energy here. Just cleaning it up, burning it out, getting rid of it, and to see something different, to be and see in a completely different vibration. Because I think in the past, you know, you have 8 of Pentacles. You know, you were really working and working and working, probably even like just in cycles, like not even thinking about it. Like the Eight of Pentacles, like, yeah, they're working, but they're, you know, recreating the same thing over and over and over again. So you could have been working hard towards something, maybe not even getting what you wanted or deserved out of it. But also there's a lot to me with Eight of Pentacles, a lot of times about patterns. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you have the Devil. So it's very much about like repeating patterns, codependencies, being codependent on something, just not truly being free and liberated. And that's a big thing about the Star card too, is wanting to truly be free and liberated. Not just your inner child and who you truly are, but not bound by others' point of views or society's say so, or just under someone else's thumb. You know, there's this feeling coming out in people lately where they're wanting this feeling of freedom and expression and being safe to be who they really are. Or even if they're not safe, they're just like, F it, you know, and they're just gonna burn it down. They're just tired of it, and they're ready to go through it to get where they need to go, because they don't want to feel that restriction anymore. They want to have new opportunities and walk through new doors and new ways of being. And maybe you've been stuck for a while, because this energy came when I split the card, and it's Two of Swords, like not knowing which path you want to go down. You might have been sitting there thinking about it for a while, and it might have been really burdensome. Maybe even not knowing, like, well, I do kind of make good money, or it does have some things, but I don't know, maybe I need to cut it away and create change and do something that makes me feel better. But not knowing exactly what path to go or how to do it. There's almost like a stalemate, and just spending a lot of time really thinking about it. And in your crowning position, you have the Justice card. So I think you're really, I think you just really realized something. Not the full what you're going to realize, but enough. Like even being guided. Like you just want things to be right, or you just want things to be fair and balanced, and maybe even to stop worrying about it and just go and do it what you know you should do. Like it's time to get up and start taking action and creating what it is you want to create. What do you want to create? What do you want to balance out? What do you want to make right? What have you been thinking about? What have you been being guided to? What have you been being drawn to? What will balance you? What will make you feel good? And not allowing yourself to, not allowing your emotions to stop you from that. To just logically move forward towards that. So hopefully some of you, this Queen of Wands isn't something that's just they're all in their emotions and being too impulsive or whatever. I don't really get that for the most part, but be careful if you are. I get it's more realizing just what needs to be done, because the Justice card isn't about emotions. You know, it's just about facts and doing what needs to be done and what's right. It's outside of ego, outside of bias. It's just, what do I need to do? And just going and just doing it, like the Queen of Wands. No emotions. Don't let your emotions stop you. Don't let them confuse you. Don't let them create an illusion or any of your fears. Let's pull a card on Justice. Tell me about the Justice card. Yeah. So you have boot and ladder. Just going and doing it. Because you know it's going to help you ascend. You know it needs to be done. And in your likely future, you know, it pays off. You have the Queen of Pentacles. So whatever it is, it pays off for you. There's a level of stability. There's a level of manifestation. There's a level of groundingness. And it works and it pays off for you. It's just very earthly and grounded, not just her, but what she's manifested. It very much, you could tell it very much pays off. No. How you see yourself is the Four of Wands. I do think you're wanting to build stability and build something that's exciting. This has a different vibe. I don't know if this is a past vibe, like if this is what, like there was some foundation or stability that was walking away from. Four of Wands. I mean, how you see yourself is you just want this foundation. You want the celebration. You want things to go good. I feel like there's something else I'm supposed to get from this, though. What am I missing about this? You might see yourself as already having achieved this in some way or another. So it's like you already have the comfort built around you, even though you're not fully comfortable and in alignment with what you really want. And a little bit of it is going to be a little bit hard for you because you're going to be sitting there like, well, you know, I already make decent money for myself, but it's going to take some work and dedication on your part to align to this of your genuine and higher self plan. Hey, stop it. Self-image or identity, a career choice or role one plays in life, sign of respect. Like, it's going to take some work on your part to align to this star energy. You know, like a worker bee. To create this new identity, this new view of how you want, what you want to be seen as, what you want to experience. So I think that might be the little holdup of why you're sitting here in the Two of Swords, is because there is a little bit of, even though it's not fully what you want, it might even be a little bit boring, not even having full freedom. You might be caught somewhat in a pattern, like here with the Eight of, you know, stars, Eight of Pentacles, like caught in this pattern of, well, it's producing for me. And it's hard to burn. That might be why this is crossing you. It might be hard to end that or burn it down because you are seeing, is accolades the right word? Like some of your accolades, some of the benefits of your work. And it's very much a risk to go after the other or take that chance. And it's going to take a lot of work. But here's the perspective on that just before I move on. this other path you have is like a slow death. It's like that death. It's kind of like the frog thing. Like if you put a frog in a pot that's like cold water, like they're fine. But then if you turn the heat on while they're in there, it heats up so slow that they don't even know it's getting so hot. And then it like boils them to death. They die by the time they figure it out because it's like a slow death. It's kind of like that thing. It's that trap, like how the devil came up. It's that trap that keeps you really in it, in that illusion, and not really going after what you want and chanting it and believing in the abundance of the universe or your manifestation. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of work, but to be honest with you, you'll end up being happier. You'll be more aligned to your genuine self. No amount of money can pay that. That's priceless. That's one thing I really realized in my dark night of the soul when I was at one of the worst parts is it was just hard because I'm a Taurus sun, so a lot of me is about, security, especially financial security to some degree. And it was the first time in my life I ever realized that that money wasn't as secure as I thought. Like, yes, it's a tool, and I get it. I want to be able to still have it and use it in this world, not only to be able to live, because that's what we use, but also it's a tool to be able to help me help more people. But it was the first time in my life I felt so horrible that I realized no amount of money could help me. No amount of money could make me happy. No amount of money could make me feel safe. It was that level of miserableness that I don't care if you gave me $1 billion or $100 billion. Like, yeah, I guess I could have used the money to help me medically or whatever, but not really. Like, it wouldn't have brought me happiness in any way. All I wanted at that time was peace of mind and true, just in me, in alignment with me, and mostly just peace of mind at that moment. Like, it would have been priceless. So this amount of work not only is going to be worth it in the payoff long run, don't get caught in the illusion of the trap of that devil energy of keeping you stuck to it and bringing out your fears and your codependencies and, well, why do it? I've already built this up. That would be nice. Maybe one day, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'll wait till someone pushes me, and then it's like really painful. But really, in all honesty too, like this whole working for it and figuring it out, although yes, there's trial and error, there's learning curves, there's a little bit of headaches. It does bring up a little bit of your shadow because you're gonna have your insecurities and stuff. It's actually more interesting, like, because you're growing. It's gonna make your soul grow, and you're gonna find out more and more of who you are. You don't ever want to become stagnant, and this energy is a very balanced, stable energy, and that's great on one hand, but you're really being pushed at this time to have faith, to go into an area of a little bit of or a little bit of stability, because you need a little bit of that chaos energy to push you where you need to go and then stabilize out again. Don't get caught in the trap of being too stable right now, or of being like, oh, it's not that painful yet. Because trust me, it's way easier to do this when it's not so painful. Or just that illusion of, maybe it's just a dream or whatever, because nothing pushes you that much, or something might come and push you. I don't know. But I think that's really this message for those people is, I think you're really stuck in that trap of codependency, materialism, like having your fears coming up, procrastination, like maybe one day, or that would be cool, or that's cool, but it's not for me, or, and it is. So don't get caught in that trap. What's in your environment? You have the 3 of Pentacles. So you could be working with other people. Maybe you have a lot of people watching you just work. Just work, 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 work. While they're just standing there watching you work. Maybe that's what you're tired of, is you're sitting there at work thinking all the time, like, how you're working so hard and you're in a position and it's probably not even giving you as much money or even happiness that you want, and other people aren't having to do as much as you. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles. I don't know if you've even been being guided to this. Like, maybe you have people who are either pushing you by being a challenge or a stress for you, or they're pushing you by trying to, like, help you go in the direction you need to go and go along your path and, like, use your intuition. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles. I don't know if you've been having somebody or some situation or person around you that they've either been telling you or by their actions showing you that you're not happy where you are. And it might even be somebody who is, like, either an elder or a boss or somebody older or somebody who's more advanced and maybe wherever you're wanting to go or are currently at, one or the other. They see you just being here in the Seven of Swords energy, which you have here and you had come up here again, of just overly thinking, overly working, really just running yourself into a place that's not great, very deceptive thoughts. Trying to possibly strategize on how you can change things in your life, or maybe even how you can keep things the same but be happier. Like, I think that's the thing with how you see yourself too with the Four of Wands. Like, you really know you're not happy and you're just trying to figure out a different way of going about doing it without upsetting the balance of everything. And maybe you've even had somebody telling you that, where you're like, either they're doing it by showing you and you're like, this isn't working, or they're literally, like, saying it to you. Like saying that you have the Ace of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords, like telling you that you need to stop doing what you've been doing and mentally move on to something else. So it just keeps reconfirming it, so I'm going to leave that as it is. In your hopes, you have the Two of Wands. So you're hoping to go, like, move forward, go through this new passageway. But again, I get this vibe that you're trying to do it by keeping everything the same and just making, like, how you feel or some other things change. And I mean, I guess it could work. Maybe you could just work on changing your perspective. Maybe that's what they see you doing is, no, I'll stay and work it out for now or forever, or I just got to change my perspective. Like, you know, I'm crazy, you know, this is a good job or a good situation or whatever. And you're just trying to stay and get through it. Relationship, whatever. So I didn't say that in the beginning. Like, this, I could read this as, you know, work. It could be love. I could read this as happening now in the future. It could have already happened. Just apply it as necessary. But I think they see you trying to like re-strategize while also trying to stick it out. And you're like wanting to go through like this portal or doorway of being like happier and more satisfied, because what you fear is 5 of Wands, like just being around all this conflicted energy. You don't want any more conflict. You don't want any more drama. And honestly, the only reason you're sitting there fearing that is because you are overburdened right now. Normally, the person who's going to mostly think that way and not think that they can handle the chaos or the change is somebody who's already overburdened. And they're not able to be curious and adventurous about life and change and going with the flow, which very much even more reiterates that you're not in a situation that's very beneficial to you, because it means that you feel like you don't have an extra reserve. And if you feel like you don't have an extra reserve, then it means it's not really fueling you in the way you should, or you would feel like you had an extra reserve. You know what I mean? Like you could handle the going back and forth. But I understand why you feel that way, and the only way really that you're honestly going to feel like you have the energy is by just changing it up, because it's also going to push you anyways. The momentum from that would push you and give you energy, and it would also be like fun and exciting. I mean, it'd be nerve-wracking too, but it would mostly be like curious and fun and exciting. It'll ignite your inner child, and your inner child is one of your greatest life force energies. So just saying. In your likely future, you have the 8 of Cups. So you emotionally leave something behind, and you're going now towards fulfillment, which makes sense because in your likely future, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So per this spread, you take action and go after. If not, this is advising you to take action, burn away what's not working for you, and go towards where you should. Don't let your fears get the best of you. Don't you let your worries get the best of you, and just go and take that action. And it works off in a very grounding, nurturing, and productive way. And because of that, you're able to leave emotions behind that are no longer serving you. You're able to go to the 9 of Cups, personal fulfillment. And not every day just be stuck in like that 7 of Cups energy, you know? Tell me about the 8 of Cups. Yeah, like you go towards something that you really love and that gives back to you. Relationship-wise, situation, job, whatever. Apply it to however it applies to you. You go towards what you're more aligned to. And you leave behind whatever you're not aligned with. And I do think it's going to be a little bit of work. Like I said, you had the bee. What was it? The bee and the star. It is going to take work, but it's going to very much pay off for you. You'll get to the 10 of Pentacles instead of staying at the 8 of Pentacles, where you have your own abundance. You are in more control of your abundance. You're not just here, I'll give you a little bit, and it keeps you like chasing the carrot, and you're just always on that hamster wheel, in that cycle, just like getting enough just to survive, but not really thrive, you know, financially, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You get what I'm saying? Like you would be able to now and be more aligned with your higher self and your purpose and just your genuine self. Even purpose aside, just your genuine, authentic self, where you're truly happy and being able to like play and succeed and do what you want in life, however that looks for you. Some of your oracle cards are, you have unaware, unconscious, unawakened, stolen, and or asleep. Like all these kind of goblins or whatever they are just holding there. Like you're not seeing something. You have forgiveness, transcending the ego, call of the moon. This is about having compassion, not only for your wounds, where you've been, but also transcending your ego of you've been asleep. Your ego is keeping you asleep and it's keeping you stuck here. And it's probably something having to do with like ancestral lessons. You have light the darkness, ancestors, ancestral line, generational shift. So you're probably being pushed to pop out of a pattern, or a way of being or doing things that, you know, you've either been raised to do, saw to like do growing up and told to do, or like that your parents did or whatever, and to go about doing it in a different way. We're going in a different time right now, and you're being called to wake up, pop out of those ancestral and generational wounds, traumas, illusions, all of that, and wake up into your true being. You have, as two other cards, you have Dragonfly Mermaid. You've attracted wonderful news, and you are unlike anyone else. Your contradictions and complexities are interesting. So this is going to go good for you. Even if there's like this, like I always say, it's like a slope. You know, you'll have ups and downs. Sometimes it'll really go down, then you'll go back up, you know, like this. But overall, the slope is going up, and that's usually the way it works. You have a lot of unique talents. You have a lot of things about you that need to come out and want to come out and be expressed. And I just feel like there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of being stuck in patterns and not seeing and not knowing that you're really being like stuck in right now and not seeing. Let's also do this. Pull a couple extra oracle cards just as guidance for you, because I know this is something that could be really difficult, but it's really going to pay off for you. And some of you have just been sitting there right at that door, like waiting to go and try and decide, and just sitting and sitting and sitting, just like this person that just is. Like, although they're knowing what to do, they're sitting. They've probably almost been sitting so long they have edema in their feet. So you need to get up and move more and take action and go towards the stuff you need to do. What advice do you have for this group of people watching this? Intent. Focus your energy. There is amazing power and strong intention. So you have intent. Set boundaries. Protect your precious time and energy. Yeah, absolutely. Goals. Set a goal, write it down, and release the outcome. Small steps make a big difference. Revelation. Listen to your life. The right path will reveal itself. Exactly. And that's the other thing. Like, do you actually have goals? Or are you just like checking off a box, getting up, brushing your teeth, eating breakfast, getting your coffee, doing the 9 to 5, going to work, coming home, making dinner, settling down, going to bed? Next day, getting up, eating breakfast, making your coffee, going to work, 9 to 5, coming home, making dinner, sitting for a minute, going to bed. Listening. Listen to your wise self. Let your inner compass direct the course of your life. Trust and progress. Trust your decisions. March to the beat of your own drum. Charge forward. Be willing to make mistakes. You're really going to have to work through a lot of your shadow on this, but you will be supported. You have support, help, achievement. Like, you will be supported during this process. Don't let your fears get in the way of all of this. There's very much the devil energy here at play. And that's very much about illusions. Most of those chains that are binding you are in your head. So if you need help, absolutely reach out to somebody. You could reach out to me. You could reach out to anybody else in your field of where you're thinking you want to go or what's exciting. But don't let your fears get the best of you. Don't let what others think about you or what they're saying to you get the best of you. Be willing to create your own path. You know, be a, what do they call it? Like a trendsetter or a path paver or whatever. Be willing and strong enough to do that. What messages? So you may need to isolate yourself first. You have sanctuary, take time out from the world, spend more time alone, meditate, or go and retreat. I feel like you kind of been doing that though. Patience, pause before you take action, trust that divine timing is at work, be patient and play while you wait. Balance, take time to relax, indulge a little more or less, set boundaries with your work. If you haven't been doing that, please do that. I feel like some of you have been isolating, but absolutely set your boundaries too. Keep other people away from you who are not going to support the idea of what you're trying to do, even if it's family, friends, partners, whatever. If you're even thinking this is an idea of what you're wanting to do, you want to either be in your own, energy with your guides and or be around people who are already doing this. So they can help you find the ways. How do you do this? How did you go into it? They'll inspire you. They'll show you and make you believe how it's possible. You don't want to be around people who tell you why it's not possible, or that you can't do it, or that's crazy, or that you're not good enough, or that will never happen. Because either A, they don't want you to succeed, or B, they don't want to have to see that there's an option for themselves either. Some people really just don't want the best for you. And then some people have a hard time just believing it because they're caught in their own fears and doubts. And then some people don't want you to do it only because now they don't have an excuse not to do it themselves because you just proved it was possible, So you don't really want to be around situations like that. You want to be around people, situations, and all of that they're either already doing it or they're already on their way to doing it, because they'll help you and tell you the things that helped them. And they'll also, their energy will influence you, because it's a higher vibration and it's birds of a feather flock together. It's where you're trying to go. So your energy will automatically acclimate to theirs. If you're doing the work and not resisting. And they'll show you how it is possible. So it'll help you push past your beliefs and worries. Is there anything else from this deck that you want to say in this reading? I don't think so. And then we'll do the abundance deck. And I might pull a couple cards before we end real quick on, I don't know if I want to do it in this reading or another one. I might do it in a different one. Clean energy food. So detoxing from people that are not in a higher vibration, but also food. Make sure you're cleaning, eating clean right now, so that your vibration is high to where you could see the possibility of this, because you're going to need your vibration to go up a little bit in order to see the possibilities of this and hope. So you're not stuck in that lower vibration 3D thought process. You're going to want to raise vibration so you can see above that. What do you have to say about this, about the possible outcome of taking this risk? Either guidance towards it or the possible outcome. Have courage to ask for and accept help. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it's offered to you. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. This is absolutely true. This is a lot of times how you also find your soul family. I've had to have a lot of help through this process, not only in, honestly, not so much as far as the mindset and stuff and going through my fears on doing it, but mostly my health and learning other methods to do during this process for work and figuring things out. So a little bit in mindset too, but I've had to have a lot of help, especially with my health on it, because my health really took a hit on not only during it, but what caused my awakening in the first place. It was through trauma. So, absolutely ask for and receive help. And I think you have it around you, because you have that 3 of Pentacles around you. And like I said, that feels like you have the help around you, whether you know it or not, even if it's you don't see it. They've either been doing it through not being helpful, or somebody's been trying to tell you or push you, or it's there if you want it. I didn't see this whole world until I was ready to step into it. And then as soon as I did, it was boom, it was all around me. It's weird how that happens. It's you don't see any of it. And then all of a sudden, when you're willing to take that chance, it just shows up. Windfall of Abundance. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. And that's true. My abundance comes in different ways. Some of it's monetary, but some of it's through even some clients. They always have something to offer me, whether it's me being able to see them, that they're mirroring something in me and I can see it because my ego isn't involved, or it's some type of return help in service, or they send you things, or just being able to give. Like there's always something, and meeting other people, and just it always comes. So when you walk on this journey, you can believe it when it says you're fully supported. They will send stuff your way. They will send help your way. All you have to do is work and show up. And the universe meets you the rest of the way. It's not a cliche. It actually really happens. Conscious consumer. You have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade and organic goods. You live simply, and you purchase only that which you need. And prayer, retreat. I mean, it's very much about just what you're in alignment with, trying to do good, high energy, high vibration. Anything else? Organize for success. Organize your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next steps. So I think I'm going to end it here. I hope this has inspired you to just go ahead and do it. If you need help with this, as far as like motivation or guidance, or if you have like issues with it, know that I'm a resource for you, you know, so hit me up, whether it's a coaching session, a reading, I think the coaching is called like a one-on-one session, but whatever you feel guided to do of the services, a CCT session or chart would be great to do too, to help you align from the self you are now to your future self, and it helps with the ease of transition. I did that with myself, and it was like one of the biggest game changer things for me to help push me with where I'm going and what I'm doing now. So if you need help and you think I can help you, even if you don't know what it is, but you're like, I think she can help me get there, you just feel drawn to me, email me and let me know. But if this is you and you've been sitting with this and a lot of this resonates with you, please know that this applies and you will be supported, and you need to just go, and the universe is pushing you to do that. You do have free will, but it's just a lot easier to do it before you get to the point where the universe makes you eat dirt pie, just to let you know. I mean, I don't know if everybody will be pushed that way, but I know mine did. And so now I not only have to work at these things, but I have to work at a bunch of other things too. So I'm still doing it. It made it a little bit harder for me, but I hope this really helps you. I love you guys. Comment below if this resonates with you, your thoughts on it, what issues you might be having, just your thoughts, and let me know. But I hope it really helps you guys. I'll be loving, or I do love you guys, but I'll be seeing and talking to you soon. Bye.